won't start there. Let's just start the show though.
Start with just the tip.
Offline. Unnecessary.
Red card.
Foul. Red card. No. We are all there. The suspension is 5 games banned.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Oh man. Okay. Wait, starting the show already, right? Oh god damn. People should not expect much from this show. This is the first show of 2025 and things are already looking crazy, bruh. Njani Tobe?
Ngiyafila njani?
Usukuba nervous, man.
I'm trying to relax. It's my first time here. Hi guys.
You good?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm moving out of home. I think this is the second time I actually say this. I'm moving out of home, guys. Khathele ukuhlala ekhaya mina, guys, man. Khathele ukuhlala ekhaya. No one's even gonna ask why. People are just quiet.
I wanna ask why.
Why don't you ask why? Like no one gives a fuck, dog. You're like niggas. If it was a girl.
Okay. To be honest, bro, I did want to ask why, but I thought, let me just let you live,
Yep.
A few seconds.
I thought you had something coming after that. I
thought it was gonna say something.
No, there was. Like honestly, like there was something coming, but like as a nigga, you think like, okay, maybe my niggas will be like, Ndwana, why? How are you?
No, I think I know.
But I did have the Ndwana why in my head. So it matters.
Nobody usually asks us what.
I think I know because at home, yes, it's nice. You've got your parents there and everything. But your privacy, guys, it's important. Privacy for your friends to come over. Because sometimes they can come over and stay until 8.
Yeah.
And then your mom's like, hi, but why are they still here? Get them out. We've got rules like, yeah.
Sekufuna ukuphakwa manje.
Yeah, boy.
About 7. Ngizophakela abantu about 7 aba extra manje. Kenge plus iyadli kenge sibhemile.
I think that's part of the reasons why. And also for your own dating life and your personal space.
Yeah.
So you want to be alone sometimes, not be with your family members. And then your girlfriend too or your boyfriend comes over. Okay, ngila space sakhe, not sakubo.
I think for me, one of the reasons, okay, my girlfriend is part of it, but yabo ilokishi, guys. I love that place, bro. I can't say anything. Isekhaya laphaya mfethu kade yabo nje ngafika. I think I've spent more than 30 years laphaya. Ukuthi phela obviously ngibuye ngihambe ngibuye, but over 30 years of my life indawo engiyazi consistently is Impophoma. But at some point you realize you're starting to outgrow the place as well. Now I was away. And I'm not saying that I'm too big for Impophoma in that way, but it's like, hey, first, I jump on like I got jumped in my own hood. You can imagine, like dog, I jumped in your own hood. So now you wanna know, nigga. So nigga jumped. Now you wanna know, nigga. Yeah.
You're trying to say you got jumped by Unjabulo?
No.
But like, think about this. Unjabulo ombona every single day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uya esikolweni. Unjabulo khona. Uyamazi Unjabulo uhlala ngale ubhema insangu Unjabulo sometimes ubhema naye.
I wish it was Jabulo. I wish it was Jabulo, bro. I wish it was Jabulo and Masi. I wish it was them. Like, some niggas, like random niggas. Like, okay, let me just.
What happened?
Let me just tell the whole story. So Snow it's a figure and Jobushin Jabu a figure is a vagasha la pekaya. So baby wakeza and then she dressed up good. She's like, yeah, this is how she's gonna look like. I'm like, I'm Melebembo, Pelupe, no obvious, but she was like looking good. She was like she dressed up, and I'm like, I can't keep her inside.
True.
Look like camera in line. I'm the only one looking at this. No, they gotta see you.
Flex.
Yeah, I gotta flex.
A tuck shop.
Yeah, definitely. So we went out. Like even before, I even bought a watch before we went out. Like I bought a nice watch. Like gotta do everything. So Sambe gets a store. Like what she wants to eat. If we fish and chips, I think she wants fish. Like seafood. What the seafood like performance? Seafood you're gonna get is like hake, dog. Only seafood you're gonna get is like hake performance. I'm not gonna get seafood. I'm a prawns like I don't have my prawns. Look, calamari rings. I'm a performance. Utagi. Otolama fish and chips. Kapuka. Kadile baba. So I went there, you know, I got her seafood.
Seafood. No, but it was seafood because it's not lunch now.
Yeah.
No, but hake comes from a fishy.
Okay, that's not the point right now. Yeah. Okay, so Sbuela ekaya manje on our way home.
From getting the food.
Yeah, from getting the food. We've got the food. And as nakhona estolo, there were some guys, like young guys, man. You were born something, they were like 21, 22. So
chilling.
They were chilling there now, but we pool. So I tell my girlfriend to like, just stay outside while I go get the food. So I started up my tafleni. Shower more because she's hung up at the restaurant. Get in there, I get the food. There's already guys talking to her. I'm like, you know what? Let me just, you know.
You think they know each other?
No. But like, I'm like one of those people that don't like causing fights. I'm not gonna just go up there, hey, talking to my girlfriend, whatever. Nah. I'm not gonna cause a fight. So I walked up to her again. Masasamba food. What's so good, my gosh? Now. I said, okay, sharp. So yeah, she's and then when you get to now, and then some car just parks in front of us. Like he Poland, it both. So some guy sitting in there. I'm like, something's about to go down. You know, you have that feeling. You know, as a nigga. It's like, you know, time and earth. Yeah, you know, as a nigga, that feeling that you get in the back of your.
And I don't like it.
Yeah, you know, like I even told my girl, I'm like, you know, some people need to be taught a lesson.
That's why you look at the girl and be like, you know how to jog, right?
So me and my girl, we're still walking up. Like, there's my house right at the corner. I'm about to turn into my gate. Like, I'm about to turn the corner, then here's my gate right there. So, Babuli Segamachit. They're like, Sanborn. I'm like, hola. Both me and my girlfriend reply. And then they're like, unja sis. I'm like, shit. So they're talking to my girl right now.
That was very direct.
This is direct. They're talking to my girl right now. They don't care about the skinny tall nigga next to her. I'm like, shouldn't he's tall with me, guys. That's like, okay, guys. I'm like, okay, guys, like, enjoy the masim. That's basically what I said. I'm like, I enjoy the masim, guys. Then the guys got their shit riled up. They're like, hey, I get it, whatever. So I quietly walk my girl, like I'm just walking my girl, like I'm walking her into the house, like into
the gate.
I'm trying to get her away from this as quickly as possible. And something in my head, you know that thing in the back of your head that as a guy tells you, Guti, you might win. Like there was that thing in the back of my head that you know what?
You got a chance.
You gotta give it a chance, bro. You gotta give it a chance. So I opened the gates in Fagapagati and I closed the gate again. So now she thought I was gonna walk in with her, yo. So now she's confused. She's like, how? Lomuntu who I'm walking with just locked me inside now. What's going on? So I turned back. Come on, no, go. Because my sister said, come on, go. What's going on? And so late already. The guys have already come out the car. Says there's like a scuffle, like a small little scuffle, yeah, boy. So there's a little up and down, trying to punch each other. And then Puma Westbill. How? What's going on? Now go Munyo start. Okay. It's a 3-on-1.
Yeah, it's going down.
It's going down now, bro. I'm about to get my ass whipped. I'm about to get my ass whipped in front of my girlfriend.
So Busaba.
Obviously, you get that feeling. It's like, oh shit, I'm about to get my ass whipped in front of my girlfriend right here. But you know what?
Movies about to matter today.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? Let me see. Let me see what I can do, yeah, bro. So one of them pushes me onto my fence. Yeah, but I don't know if it was one, but like, I push onto my fence. And there's one guy holding me on the one side, and there's another guy. And then next thing I know, man. I've got this one guy in my hand. I'm like, I'm not letting this guy go. Siwa nai, whatever happens, I'm just fighting with this one guy now because I don't care who else is hitting me. So they block my eyes. Someone blocked my eyes, and then I was see pants, man. Like I fell. literally. So when I fell, like Siwa saw, because I'm like, if Siwa, like, I'm going with people here. Yeah, well.
True, you can't go by yourself.
No, you're going with people here. So Siwa saw, okay, and I end up on top of one of the guys, and there's two guys now on top of me. I don't know what's going on behind me. All I was focused on was what's going on in front of me. Me, I'm about to, like, start my whole thing. Yeah, well, no, man, I know this little guy. This guy is a young kid. First of all, he's young. He's very, very young. He's probably like 21, 22.
From the neighborhood.
From the neighborhood.
Where?
He's from somewhere like...
Oh, when you're E-section.
Yeah, E-section, yeah, well. So I'm like, no, this is the guy that I want. The guy that I want is the one that came out of the car first. I'm like, oh shit, this is the guy that I want. This is the guy that I want, yeah, well. So I get bigger up. I see my brother coming. My little brother, and this is my little brother, not my big brother. Yeah, this is backup, bro. I see my little brother coming out of nowhere. This nigga has his shirt off and he has a stick. I don't know where it came from, but it's like a long ass stick, bro. Bro, I felt people getting beaten and I felt that stick on me as well. I'm like, oh shit, this guy hit me.
He's actually cooking.
Yeah, he's cooking. This guy cooked. He's smacking everybody. I felt that stick. I'm like, somebody just hit me with the stick, but I'm not gonna focus on that right now.
Yeah.
Not now. So yeah, some of the guys from the neighborhood came through. They got me off the guy. I had to walk my girlfriend into the room, get my brother back on all that stuff. But yeah, I think the reason that's why there's this thing of disrespect that
From the neighborhood.
yeah, people will start on it because they think a certain way of you. Yeah,
Okay.
because they have certain picture or sentimental image of you. Kids probably won't get a girl like this. He would never get a girl like this. So they have that mentality. But no, like sometimes you have to pop out and show niggas, dog. Like sometimes you have to really.
Sometimes you gotta hop out and show.
Dog, like you gotta show them, like, hey, dog, mina, I've got game, but like I don't just like spread that game around like it's just for anybody. But like that's the whole thing for me. Like moving away from the hood is just getting that peace for me. Because right now I think a lot of disrespect that people give you because they just think of a certain way of you. I deserve it. So like most of the time I just want to get out of there, man.
Because they think, okay, I read this somewhere else on Facebook where they said you can be a lawyer today, but people will always bring up the fact that so because you've got those memories and things that you did that are still attached to your hood, they're still gonna bring that up. Even though you're now a successful journalist, they're still gonna say, "I lost my shaba fana la pasa konin."
She's the biggest thing in South Africa right now.
But they don't acknowledge you go to she's grown and all of that. They still wanna bring up isn't those like dala that are attached to you so that they can make you feel like, no, you can't be telling us you are now an attorney or you are now a doctor. We know you while you are still wearing a nappy. And they still want to bring out the fact that when we in Ghana, you always be a child. But not in a good way, because you'll always be a child to the people in the hood, Vale. Because they watched you grow, all the uncles and aunties in the area. But they'll always bring out the bad and embarrassing stuff about you and say, we in Ghana, just because of that.
I think it's the insecurities. One thing that a lot of people have is that Abantabaning did not achieve what they wanted to achieve. I can tell you that, like Abantaba township, most of them. People want to do something and then it's impossible to do that. Or like even if they try, because they're in the township, there's not that many resources for that to happen and they don't get that much support. So the Masaguza who's trying to do the same thing and you're trying to achieve and you're actually doing something with that, it makes them feel insecure. Why is he doing it?
Why is he even?
Yeah, kanjani? Ukhuphuka kanjani? What is he using? Imuphi lo muthi wakhe awusebenzisa? Yiliphi igroup zakhe? Yeah, iziphi lezo group zakho lezo? So yeah, so that's I think that's the whole thing. Like abantu abaningi have an insecurity because they did not achieve what they want to achieve. And it's maningi about it's not like one person. It's like a lot of people who really had dreams, genuine dreams. I have to go to interpret. They had genuine dreams, but because in the
that's so true. And the township holds you as a child. You never grow up in their eyes. You are never a 32-year-old that's successful, that's now a doctor, that can heal inganzabo and do kidney transplants, heart transplants, pamgwab. They think Hayi ngangitshela intwana mina lentwana kade ngiyinapkelisa man. Ngeke ifike la izosiza ingane yami ngenhliziyo or ikidney. They look down upon you because they always think umntwana lo, even if they are 50 years old, they'll still remain a child to my eyes. Or in front of my eyes. So I feel like they never let you grow in their brains.
Yeah.
And I think people should, elders of the neighborhood or whichever neighborhood that we come from, they should let us grow in their brains as well, as much as they see us growing physically.
Awucabanga mhlawumbe ukuthi mhlawumbe nabo like self-projection abakakhulu nabo.
I was about to ask, don't you guys think it's like abantu seem to value this? They seem to kind of confuse reality with the history or the past. So they kind of always associate you with ukuthi ngakukhulis.
Yeah,
I get
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
I get you.
Sengikhulile awusayintwana sasidlala nawe ibhola ngebhola lami. Stuff like that. Like
Ubhola lami mfethu.
bhola lami.
uDrake ubhola lami yazi uDrake ngikhumbuza ubhola uDrake is such a bhola lami guy bro.
Like considering zonke lezi zinto ezisho beef, like how y'all niggas, I fed y'all niggas.
Dog, it's like a bhola lami nigga dog.
I'm sure.
Ubhola lami uDrake unobhola lami yazi.
So
Okay.
and they still associate you with that old person.
Yes, they never
feel
let you
more
grow.
comfortable, or for them, I don't want to say they don't want to let you do, but it feels more like
It feels comfortable.
Once they
to continue to be
Ingane.
that.
Once they see or they now change their brains and think this person is grown, they look at you as a challenge now.
Yeah.
No longer as a child.
Yeah, you kind of intimidate.
Yeah.
Once they see about develop, they don't like that kind of change, but it's a drastic change.
That makes a lot of sense. Oh my God. And even, Coco now, guys, they'll be like, hey, bro, what else umkhuleka kade umncane kade umncane unobhavo awuzaqile phela wena.
Phela ukwazulela lo ukwazi ebusuku uyathakatha. Ufika nje ebusuku lapho kini. Ukwazulele. They know you. Ekulunguze lapha. Still alive.
No, you think right. Yeah, actually. Ukhuluma iqiniso. Yazi ukuthi hayi awuthingazi.
Une story mhlambe sokuthakatha. Yisho nathi sinazo soshezethu nazo.
Ngeke mayemesebuka le video.
Ngeke
Okay,
ayibuka,
fine. No,
YouTube.
mdala.
Akabuki YouTube.
But I've got a neighbor that always says to me, we were friends as children. Ubemdala bengimncane, but we had a relationship of a friendship. She'd say, how mngani wazadla amahewu ngenzela amahewu. She knew I liked amahewu, so she'd make them money. Mngani uzophuza amahewu.
Uphuza noTiko
Uma nabangani bakhe. Uma nabangani bakho, I mean.
Story coming up.
And so no, it's not like that. And then she'd bring me to her house. Ngidla. Uma ngibuza uphuma ngithi nayi bade ngidla amahewu. Kabani kamasibani bani? I said, oh, okay, athanda amahewu. Today, when I get to my place or ekhaya lami njalo, uzothi, hawa mngani unjani? Ngithi namngani ngiyaphila unjani? Athi ngiyaphila ngibona ukuthi khona. Ngithi nayi ngikhona nxese wangitshelanga. Athi akunankinga. Akukhumbula phela usadla amahewu wena usahlupha. Usalamba la. Utshela uma ukuthi ngicishe ukudla mina. And I'm like, yeah, she'd be like that. And I'd be like, but my mom used to give me food. And you were literally just my entertainment. That's why I used to entertain you back.
Yeah, it's like
Because angangafuna ukuluza. Wangenza ngibe happy.
Yeah.
Not because of the food.
Yeah.
Girl, you got it wrong. But anyways, ngangimjabulisa because of that.
Yeah, no, I get
So
it.
now usangibuza ngomngani and the things I heard about her. Ukuthi ugayeli wenza ezinye izinto emphakathini, but angifuna ukudela kuloko.
No, that's what I'm saying. Maybe you were eating ukudla kwencwadi phela nawe.
Mhlambe
Yeah.
guys, yeah.
No, but it's okay. You're alive and you're. How old are you now?
I'm healthy, I'm alive. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
turning 27 this October.
Ngamahewa tikolosho nje yabo ukuthi strong kanjani.
Gona I am Nandi bafethu angifuna uqoma she used to be. She's so good.
But
at
they
that.
like sweet stuff, bro. They love sweet stuff.
I am Nandi shame angifuna uqoma.
How do you know, bro?
How do you know ngempela?
How do you know?
Ebaphameni bakhona notokolosho.
Oh, hey.
I think everywhere though, guys.
It's a worthy investment, eh?
Well, let me tell you a story, yes. Let me tell you a story, right? So there was this guy, right? He used to work at a eatery. Like where they get the milk and everything.
Cheese.
Yeah, all of that stuff. For people that don't know what a dairy is, it's 2025. These kids are stupid as fuck. But anyway, ubhuti lo abanjwe ngelinye ilanga babenokutshontsha ama products. Yeah, ama products, and then like take them to like abantu bewathenge and all that stuff. So like let's say yogurt. Mhlambe let's say 30 something rand a store. Uzothola ngo 20 rand again.
Oh, wehlisa imali le echarge.
But then that was for him to also get to work. So sometimes like this thing of, and then I'm 17 about don't think like a salary is enough, but then sometimes it's not enough. So how much they had to make means and ways, so they stole is into lazy and then to make money on the side. So the one time they stole amasi, not to actually sell, it was just for lunch. I'm not gonna take the pint and pour it into my lunch. But unfortunately that day kune search. So they were searched as they walked out. As they walked out of the factory, ukuthi beyoshaya lunch, basearch, yabo. So babanjwe ke namasi, and then obviously baboshwe ke cabanga for ipint.
Shame.
Cabanga for ipint lamasi fet. So now there's a case, yabo. So there was like a whole case ukuthi okay, sekuzobele baya court, sekuzobele baya nama hearing asemsebenzini just because of amasi. Yabo, ipint I know time too late. Yabo. So now obviously how niggas are. Like okay, mina ngiyothola umuthi. Mina ngiyothola umuthi khona enkantolo kuzoba yabo. Yabo khona bangenzela into eningi enkantolo, but it was like one of those things like mina ngithola umuthi ukuthi khona beze yabo bangihlupha kakhulu yabo. So baye kuyinyanga ke angazi ayilapha inyanga somewhere ko yabo Nottingham Road ngalapho nje moya ngakulezo ndawo komthulini. Supeta wena. So yeah, iland bahambe beye kuyinyanga ke yabo. Moon. So oh god.
Oh, now I get it. Like I didn't get it for the shit. Now I do.
Mawukahle ngizama ukucela story lana mfethu. Ngizama ukucela story. Okay, so baye kuyinyanga ke. Hey man, guys, stop fiddling. I'm trying to tell the story. So baye kuyinyanga.
No, we're listening.
Baye kuyinyanga.
The mood. Exactly, dog. Exactly.
You're gonna cut all of this out.
No, it's not gonna be cut out. It's gonna be included. So
don't expect it to be a good mood. It's okay, we'll go back.
No problem. Usniper uyahamba.
Wait, I don't even know what goes on.
Sniper siyahamba so groove. Egoli kahle bo.
Sniper. Bega 4,000 pay.
Siyahamba.
These
Don't
niggas
bitch.
asking me for 4K.
Do not bitch. Just 4K, dog.
We just have 4,000 lying around.
Mhm.
You know how it is.
Do not bitch.
4,000 uvumbuka out of nowhere.
Siyahamba segoli.
Our podcast, man. I'm mwanza our podcast you for that.
Kuwes awunamali. Umenza i-podcast mele wazi kahle ukuthi actually this should stay in. Guys, if you want to do a podcast, just know that for the first 2-3 years you are not gonna be making any money. Yes.
Maybe 5.
Yeah?
Maybe 5 too. Like it
I
depends
go,
on
but
the
I mean,
life. No, not
okay.
you.
Yeah, depending on anybody. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, the
But
point is
but with me, njengomkhizi ngizowenza iplan all the time. Into ngisho ukuthi akulula lento le guys. Kodwa it's worth it. Once you get to the end of it, once you can actually do things and you go none. It's because I have worked out okay, sharp. We got a budget, right? We're about to do a big job. And if we can do a budget for Leo jobs, what else can we do? Let's say corner. And we've got the connections already there. People want to work with us. Why not just like grow and broaden our horizons? Because in my respect, it's cool. I'm not saying it's a bad place, but like you've seen already, even the streets are dirty, man. People are crying. The streets are dirty, bro. People are crying, but we need to actually broaden up our like. Now, corner goalie is not end all and be all. A goalie is so dirty as fuck.
We literally saw the dirtiest romance today.
Yeah, we saw it. We definitely did.
What? Nigga, they can't.
Okay, where was I in my story? Inyanga. Oh, bahambe ke baye kwinyanga all over, yabo. So, when they get there to Inyanga, ibatshele inyanga ama terms and conditions that they have to do in order for them to, yabo, bephume scot free kule case le, yabo.
Yes.
So there's obviously things they have to do. Bephalaza, all those, yabo, nama. Yeah, prerequisites that you have to, get to doing before you start getting the results. So, bahambe ke benza into zabo. I think it was 3-4 days before the case, because the case ain't go Monday, and then bona bathola lo weekend yonke ukuthi benze into ekumele beyenze, yabo. So, when they went to the court case, I dismissed the court case.
Hayibo.
So obviously it's like a victory, right?
Kusebenzile
Victory.
phela.
It worked. Like, yeah. So now umlungu webatshela ukuthi if you keep the regimen going, even in the hearing, emsebenzini, kuzomasha grand. Ngeba umlungu uyobhosha estulini, like those are the words. Umlungu uzobhosha estulini. Baqhamuka nini? Uzobhosha estulini. Those were the words that I heard. Umlungu uzobhosha estulini baqhamuka nini. I was like, holy shit, some serious shit. Why am I not shitting in my pants? No, wait, we still got it. I'm thinking like, why am I not shitting my pants? I'm seeing this nigga. So why am I not shitting my pants? But you know what? Maybe it's for white people. So white people, watch out. There's a movie out there that makes you guys shit your pants in the office. So watch it. I'm just giving you tips. Beware. We all run businesses here. And I want to keep you guys safe. So yeah. Umchita ke lona bayenze ke regimen. Like, mind you, this guy lives in the house with us, right? Because it's like a commune kind of place, my cousin's place, but we made it like in a commune kind of place, yabo. So we're all living there. He's doing his thing. We don't mind. That's some of us understand ukuthi kumele wenze something mawuthi yabo sekushubile. So we need to keep his job, yabo. So ahlale kumjita enza into yakhe. Now sekumele beye kwi hearing ke manje. Sekumele kuyobhoshiza umlungu e-studio.
But why isn't Umlu going to the toilet? Like, it's simple. Like
Bro,
I get
it's
the
gonna
fact-
be that fast. It's gonna
No,
be that
bro,
fast.
I get the fact Umlu has to take a shit, but why is Tuli dog? Who's gonna? Okay, come back, dog.
Come creep up on you, bro.
It's gonna be that fast.
Exactly.
It's gonna be that fast. So umjita ke bafike kwi hearing ke lapho, and unfortunately ke baxoshwe. Bafike kwi hearing baxoshwe, and the muti apparently didn't work. So mayebuya eza kumina ke angitshela istory. So my one conclusion was like, yo dog, uhambisa utikoloshe edere. Ukhona mas. Nigga, they left you, bro.
They were like,
They were like, no, I'm asking for free in this guy's case.
why
When there's a whole factory, you
bro,
bring...
you brought us here.
Bro, you brought to a factory full of mass. Obviously, okay, and in court, obviously they're going to work because there's no mass in court. Yeah, bro. So obviously they worked in court, you know. But now here, like, what is what's on the mass, bro? Like, why the fuck are you here with us?
Why you leave him here?
Dog, it's at the bowl. Like, when you bowl, yeah, or like, when I ishandis, I mix I. When they come where they come from, niggas will just go for the sauce and be like,
bavele bavela apha badla.
badla otikolosh bangaya ke kubhotsha somlungu.
So Umlu didn't take a shit.
Umlungu survived
Shout out.
because he knew he ran the right business. So if you run a dairy as a white person, you are surviving, motherfucker. Otikolosh bazama ukufika kwena, and then
But they can't.
Bro.
Yeah. Some bakathala, and then they're like, oh, we've had too much food.
But, okay, here's it. To be
Let's just
honest,
rest.
I'm looking at this at a point. I'm black.
yeah,
So,
dog.
I can't change that I'm black.
Yeah.
Kusho ngithole fethi dairy farm.
Once.
Uzongithakatha mkhizi.
Bafike bezo.
Bafike bedle. Ngizobamoja mina.
What
Right,
if angisebenzisi bona?
What if abasebenzisi bona?
What if angisebenzisi bona?
Usebenzisani.
Usebenzisani?
Ipogi.
Fuck sawoti, man.
Or something else.
Khona there's a tree dog here, bro. You need
It's like some cove.
Qedile ngabe yabona. Khona yonke into for
Some cold food, plant that shit, get grand.
Can you guys cook some?
So sorry,
No stress.
Some cove. Does that mean it's cove?
I'm gonna explain that.
Sits down.
Okay,
I'm gonna
wait.
explain it.
Okay, let her explain.
So it's a type of tree that is a favorite tree to Imkovu. When they get to that place, they rest and they become at peace. So when they see it, they're just like, look, let's sit. And then they sit and forget about the job that they were sent to do.
So is that why FNP also uses them?
Fucking.
Maybe. Are they using them?
Yeah. I mean, they have some COVID in most of their branches.
I think so. Because abantu abathwele, they can send Imkovu to come steal your money spiritually. But if they come and just sit on those
Allegedly.
allegedly. If they come and sit there, then they won't steal your money.
Can I please enter into this?
Yeah, bro.
Moment? So, I have this tree, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
You've got it?
Yes. And
That's like FNP.
FNB trees.
so, it's called this like FNP.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, the tree works. Bro.
Why do you say that?
The tree works. Yeah, boy, Kai. If you're going to school,
Oh, it's
not even one. Not even one.
But they, you know what, like, abantu abanazo lezo hlahla.
They don't get worried.
Yeah, they don't get worried about a lot of things. So I would believe you. Like most people about, like I'm saying, FNB allegedly. I don't know. Actually, guys, you guys do have them in your branches, though. Come on, I'm just like.
But they could some cold.
It's like, come on. It's okay. It's not a crime. It's not a crime to because it's a tree. It's not a crime to have that tree.
It's natural.
No, it is.
It is a crime?
No, you get arrested if you.
Okay, allegedly,
wait,
guys.
Wait. Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
So, allegedly, you do get arrested because it's not a plant that is grown in SA naturally. It isn't. Yeah, well, it's usually...
It's a foreign... okay.
It's a foreign plant.
Then how does a foreign plant affect African muti?
Because it can be foreign but still remain in the African continent. It can be a foreign in the sense that it's a Nigerian plant.
Oh, then that's okay. I'm just saying, like, you guys said European.
Did he say...
Yes,
okay.
Yes. The person... There's a lady at Colenso. Like, this plant is at Colenso. So there's a lady at Colenso. Only is 150 about 50 to 100
dogs.
Yes. That lady was like, you understand this plant is not meant to be on your yard.
Yeah.
In your home.
What do you mean? She was like, this plant is indigenous.
Indigenous.
No, indigenous means it's foreign. It's alien.
Listen to me. Angani uye not say indigenous. Uthe yakhona la. Usho njalo ngomlomo wakhe.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I'm okay. And she was like, no, it's not indigenous. And I'm like, sis, what I'm saying? And she was like, okay, to be honest, this plant is not meant to be planted in people's homes.
Oh.
This plant is a plant that is wild and we do not know what it can do.
We know. God damn it. Yeah, we know. We black people know. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that if I know that in my hood, right? If I know for sure in my hood there's a like 98% crime rate. I know niggas are stealing. And I have an electric fence. And now I must take it down because
I don't know what it can do.
No, come on.
But that's legit what happened.
Yeah, I get it,
That's
bro.
legit what happened. Like, yabo explain. No, it's a South African plant. Kodwa manje ayifani. Kwahamba up until ngamgoba, which is how I know it's from like the UK-ish.
I don't think it's from.
I know, you know how these people.
Yeah, those things is like, yeah, motherfuckers down.
So,
They always just try to take
so I
credit.
was like, oh, so it's a UK plant. And she's like, yes. they'll have to fine you. Dude, basibhalela ukuthi fine imalini. Serious laba bantu. Lo yamlungu ngiyamzonda ngiyamthanda same time.
You know what, guys? Recently, Trump said, "Unelento, une asylum." Yabo, uthenje uTrump umfethu, mawukuthi abelungu bafuna kuba ama refugees. Ngakuyena, akanankinga, uzobanika. So laba abanjalo, hayi uScott akasali. Scott, you safe, bro. Scott sigcwele ngawe, bro. You good. But laba abasangene, laba abashaya lo masimba lawo. uTrump uthe kune refugee status akanankinga uyabanika for free ngoba thina we treating them very badly somehow.
Kanjani?
Kampela
Ngoba kuyibona basiphoxayo la ezweni lethu.
Hayi phela khuluma ngathi yoki. Like are your chest but yisho ukuthi bakuphoxe ezweni lakho.
Ave besiphoxa bandla.
No, but honestly guys, like no, apart from racism, like racism aside, I'm going to be like the white guy now, like I have white friends too. I have white friends too. I'm not racist. I have white friends too. I'm not racist. Listen to me.
Brother's friend is
what? Is what? Okay. So this thing of like this delusion of Uguti abantu abamhlophe la in this country are somehow being mistreated. I have no idea where it's coming from. Fine, it's about like kule country. Everybody, every citizen is being mistreated. Masakhuluma kahle. Government awusiphethe kahle.
Sonke bakese in our different
Black,
groups.
White, Indian, colored. Awusiphethe kahle
in our ethnicity, racial groups, sexuality, and then gender.
Yeah, uTrump uqinisile ukuthi ngegender. Okunye sesiqhubeka.
Uqinisile ngegender kanjani?
Hayi maphela yabo ngumfana uyintombazana phela kanjalo. Yeah. Njobe ngisho. I know, bro.
Uqinisile kanjani?
No, but honestly, there's two genders.
Well, okay, yes. But there's more than two sexualities.
I have a question. Before you continue.
Yeah, well, there's two genders.
What is he? He's a boy or a girl?
He's a male.
Hey, is he a boy or a girl?
A boy.
What are you? A boy or a girl?
A girl.
Okay.
So,
I'm done.
I just want to chime in.
But
the problem with this gender talk is about to confuse a gender and
the sexuality. I know.
Every
oh my
time.
God.
And it's usually the other side.
Thank you.
Naturally, although there are special cases.
People do.
Generally, naturally.
What cases?
Caster.
Yeah.
Faster than
No, yes, there is that case there.
I want no part of this. But what I will say is, naturally you're born male or female.
Yes.
Generally. So.
And then the sexuality.
Not generally.
I say generally because I'm saying.
Yes, you can sometimes be born with both genitals. Like Castor. Semenya.
Some weird news
No,
is better.
but
So when
But Castor-
let's select few 5 in a population of 2 billion.
So that's what I'm saying. Generally.
There are some people that are born with two genders. Genitals.
There are 5 in
Two
2
reproductive
billion. There are 5
systems.
in 2
Yeah,
billion.
that's called a mutant.
Oh.
Wait, does this podcast not have a filter? Like, what's wrong with this shit?
No,
My point was, sexuality is where you start to branch out your orientation.
Yes, your own
Regardless
sexual
of your appendages.
preferences.
Yeah, but
Because guys, I'm gonna just bring it back to simplest terms, guys. Mina ngumuntu omnyama, guys. Yes.
yeah.
Mina ekhaya balindele ukuthi ngifike.
I'm also a black person.
Lalela Thobek. Siyaza lapha. You're light skinned black.
No, I'm a black person.
Black.
I'm a black person.
You Drakeish. Okay, so now what I'm saying is ekhaya mina ngibuye nonkosikazi one day.
Yeah.
Amadlozi asekhaya will not be tricked by ukuthi wena usushintshile. Wow, from Sipho to Sophia.
To Sipoga.
Amadlozi Sipogazi. Oh, Okhabazela benosikhakhane, because those are the two feminisms that bring me together. Okhabazela benosikhakhane ngeke badideke ukuthi wena umfana. Bayakwazi, they know ukuthi umfana
See
wena.
that dick?
But
They don't see that shit though. Even if you cut it off, they know you were before. They're like, nah, nigga, what the hell is this?
It's in history fold.
But I feel like as much as they also are from Iskatakdala, we can still try and make them understand what the world today looks like.
Tobek.
Wait.
In 2025.
Are you insinuating that in the future that there will be
gay ancestors. There will be transsexual. Transition ancestors.
Guys, la. Yabo le nto leyo. Ayikho le.
Trans ancestors.
No, but guys, listen here.
Will exist.
Listen here, ne? I'm not being rude or anything when I say this, but to make a legacy or to make the future, you need a male and a female to come together to make a child. I want to do artificial whatever. Yeah, it's there, but the natural way. What amadlozi will recognize. That's why they say after marriage, what do? You consummate the marriage by having sex. That means yeah. First time is cool. Because you know why? You're trying to grow the family. Ngeke grow a family no zakhe, no.
No,
Zakhe beno sniper wabil. Ngeke grow a family lapha. No matter if
true.
changes his sexuality and becomes a transformer. Ngeke.
But looking at the way that the world is changing, maybe in the year 2050, sorry, not 2020 something. In the year 2050, there will be gay ancestors and lesbian ancestors and trans ancestors.
Now.
So they will understand why you guys did not produce a child.
Once you get that side, who you decide to be. Once you are there, and you must accept who you are. The thing is, people don't want to accept. I think you must start with accepting who you are. The thing is, like I said, like I told you earlier, before this whole trans thing was like a phase. It was like
the whole sexuality thing. Let's sum it up.
We had gay people in the hood. Me nanje umakhelwane wami staban.
Yes, we did.
And nobody gives a shit ukuthi une boyfriend yakhe wenzani, because you know why? He's confident about it. Uyasho ukuthi mina ngiumuntu okanje. So even if I complain, ngeke affect yena. He's doing his own thing. The problem comes is that when you see yourself now as a woman, fine, fair enough, you see yourself as a woman. Why must I see you as a woman when I know damn well that you're a man?
They're not seeing themselves as women.
They do. That's
the thing.
They do. They're like, I'm a woman.
No.
You know, it's tricky.
I'm a man.
Kind of tricky. I would say, we just said earlier on, we don't like how sometimes people will use a history to communicate with you. Like the moment you start being successful, they'll be like, when I it's kind of a similar concept with what.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're a man.
No, but you're holding them to their past.
I think
that's not your past. You're a man.
No,
You're unlearned to be a man.
Past
I'm getting to
because now I'm not. I am a man.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Say what you want to say.
Okay. Also, sexuality and who I choose to date sexually, or who I choose to mate with sexually, does not necessarily mean that So, for example, I'm a man and I'm dating a man. It does not mean I feel like a woman and I want to date this man. It means I'm attracted to males, whether I want to look feminine or like a male.
Why do you want to look a certain type of way then?
Because I feel like that's what I am, and what I was born into
It's
does
for
not
me to be
necessarily what I
tricked.
feel like.
It's for me to be tricked and to fall for the trap.
So now, what I'm trying to get to is this thing of Uguti, umuntu okay feels like a female and they want to act female. No. Umuntu okay can look like a male. We've got studs
And
that
act
look
like a man.
feminine. We've got studs that look feminine. They like girls, other girls. They don't say I'm a man and I want this girl. I want to be her man. No, they say I'm a woman. I like this woman.
But now the problem is, sorry. Can I just say something? The problem over here is, like what I was saying first, is that why must I identify you
As a straight man.
No. Why must I identify you as, okay, let's say you want to be a man right now. And I know Utobe kuyintombazana. Why mina njengomkhize kumele ngithi okay fine, I've accepted ukuthi wena ufuna ukuba umfana. Uyafuna but awuyena. Uyafuna.
Ubona ngani?
I have accepted ukuthi wena uyafuna ukuba umfana. But now why must I now be that person that call you? Ngazi kathi ukuthi Utobe kuyintombazana. Why must I now also participate in this?
Ungibona ngani sekufuna ube umfana njalo?
Angithi njengoba ngisho ukuthi ephema ukuthi we trans. You want to be
Oh yes, you are transitioning into being a male.
Yes. Or let's say
appearance-wise.
Yes, appearance-wise, and no, ukuthi extra ngathi uzofuna ukuba umfana. Let's say you're a girl, umfana. So mina, why must I take part as umuntu ongaphandle kuwena? Why must I be the one who takes part and says, okay, wena umfana? When I know damn well ukuthi uyintombazana. If you're a lawyer, fine, you studied to be a lawyer, and you've actually studied for that. You've actually grown a skill, not just cut off your dick or grown one. But like, you've actually acquired a skill.
You've acquired the physical qualities of being a female. So you qualified to be called a female.
You cut off your dick and added hormones.
I was trying to like kind of cook something here. So like I said with the whole change thing, I can't treat you, even if not, I was saying Duan, hey, treat it.
Being a female.
I can't treat you as in Duan.
Yeah.
So the thing is now, it gets tricky because now, at the end of the day, if I knew you as Umjit and you expect me to change overnight and be like,
what we take in?
Sure, sisters, it's gonna take me a while. I'm not saying Uwuti, you can't be that person. Fine, be that person.
You can, be
that person, and I will not oppress you and say you can't be that person.
But don't come to me and
it is okay. You've got to agree.
You can't expect me to just suddenly.
It is okay for you not to adjust
because the thing
to
is,
my transition.
The thing is now I've got to bring you home.
It's okay for you not for the community not to adjust to transition no more. They can still call me Mfethu.
Is that as much as I might not adjust as fast as you might like me to be if you are trans.
Because mina acceptile as the individual that's going
However,
trans.
It does not necessarily mean manje. Any moment I see you, I'm like,
Sister.
There's no need for that.
True.
Let you be your person.
True.
But then that's what I'm saying. If the consequence, if the consequences come to the point where when you lied to a guy and said you're a girl, and then they find out,
okay, that's kind of serious.
That's the problem because that's where the problem comes. Because now if I'm lied to, and you tell me, no, I'm a female. Because the thing is, 100 years from now, when you die and your bones are rotten, no one's gonna be like, oh, this is a trans female. They'll be like, nah, this is Tobek, a female. And that is what we are.
But I think that
No.
Sorry.
Let's not say that. Let's not say that because we do not know how. Okay, well, I also don't know. How does Home Affairs treat a trans woman? Do they change the identity on the ID?
No.
Home Affairs can't even change. Isn't it simple? It's lazy offline.
Like in
Maybe they need to transform themselves.
Also
It's another organization. Like let's take Home Affairs and transform them into SARS. Like transgender. That would be a nice thing. That would be nice.
Because SARS does.
SARS does work, bruh.
Also, another thing is that on a normal day-to-day basis, when you apply for anything or you take up a form of any institution, you'll find female or male. There's very few that say
Others.
other. Which means that he is being right. On your grave, it's going to be male, female.
It's not going to be...
But according to my sexuality, while I'm still alive, before I go to the other side...
No, you can do whatever you want to do. The thing is...
I am a transitioned male or transitioned female.
You know what I always say is, a lot of people run away from... there's rights, right?
Yeah, bro.
There's rights. You have the right to be...
Anything.
You have the right to be... the right to remain silent.
You have the right to speak.
the one that I know.
Right
I'm
of speech.
I'm a nigga. I'm a
Right
nigga. That's the one
to
that I
food,
know.
water, shelter.
right to an
Right
attorney.
to
That's the one that I know. But you have the right to food. You have the right to like a
shelter. Right
shelter.
to speech.
But as a black man, you know what you have the right to. You know, remain silent and remain silent, motherfucker.
You have the right to
Don't say
attorney,
shit.
you have the right to remain silent.
Yeah,
you have the
yeah.
right
But I think we always forget that with every right
There's
comes
a
a responsibility.
responsibility.
And like with me, what I always look at is that a lot of males, a lot of guys my age, a lot of guys below me or over me actually, are running away from the responsibility of being a man. Being a man is not easy. Being a man means you've got to sacrifice a lot of things, and then also, and I'm not saying like there's. How do I put this without insulting people? When I'm a place, yeah, boy, I'm a place I want to die, but they don't have to sacrifice shit. They just have to sacrifice people. Yeah, boy. But then there's like men who sacrifice his katsa, because you know everyone wants to have fun. And then who sacrifice katsa, I'm 17 and make sure, and they'll try to, you know, take care of the family. Mm-hmm. Instead of taking care of their well-being. And then when abantu sebe depressed, ubona abantu banenkinga yokuthi abakwazi ukukhuluma, abantu abasabazi ukukhuluma vele sinenkinga yaleyo. But now it's like we can't even express ourselves mase ngikhathele ukuthi oh manje ngikhathele I don't because like if you say ukhathele and awufuna ukwenza that means you don't want to provide for your family. Remember what I was saying about the series we were watching?
Yeah.
Ukuthi what made David happy? Because someone complimented his work.
Oh, okay.
Someone recognized ukuthi uyazama ukufita umndeni wakhe. With most men, no one gets that recognition. Like you're supposed to do it. It's like we know we're supposed to do it. But if someone compliments umsebenzi wethu for what, like once ukuthi yazi lento lo
Pay
yenzayo.
attention to your job.
Yes, ukuthi lento lo yenzayo yinhle, and you're actually taking care of the family or whatever. And look how manipulative that AI was. It was able to get that.
By the way, we are talking about the movie called Cassandra.
It's a series.
It's a series, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like an AI. It's basically about AI. And,
it's a must watch.
So it's like they moved into a new house. This family moves into a new house, and they have an
and
AI
they find
assistant.
everything that's attached to that house, including an AI assistant, and it's dead. You feel it, and the boy says, we must wake this thing up. I told me can't rebooter for hours and hours and hours. It wakes up, and then it takes over the whole family. In every room, there's a TV screen. It's hello, I'm around. It's me. My name is Cassandra. What are your names? And then they say their names, and then Kaliba, Moni, Taibasis and stuff. But it ends up getting weird.
Yeah. So now, basically, what I'm saying is, as men, I think like all of us can relate to this. I'm saying all of us, but like there's this thing where we go out there, we try our best to hustle,
within your field.
Yeah, within our field, we try our best, but then we don't get that kind of recognition. Like me for example, I'll say my example. Ekaya, most of my aunts work at hotels, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they work at hotels, like simple cleaning up hotels, but they've met a lot of important people. Mm-hmm. They've met like I've met Thabo Mbeki, what I've met. So obviously people who come to that hotel are pretty prestigious people.
Yeah.
And most of the time my aunts will be like, you need to get a job, Timberland. Boy, I'm gonna be security or No, not that. I'm still cooking here. I'm cooking. Let me cook.
Okay.
So like parents will be like, you need to get a job. Hambo sebenza spa, hambo sebenza wara. The thing is, I write books, right? The one thing they could simply do is find out what my book is about, and when someone comes important, recommend that book to them. Recommend that book to that famous person that you saw. Like, my, because they need to talk to these people. People start take pictures, whatever. So the thing you can do is like, my nephew writes books, right? So why not, take a read of it?
Take a read of the book and
like maybe just Tell him the name because the book is online. He'll find it himself.
Instead of saying to Melanie, come and be a security
guard. Yeah, well, most people don't really realize, like most families actually don't even realize how they can support and how easy. Because
in networking.
I know that they work at a hotel. I would claim it's the most prestigious jobs. I'm saying like it's not the most prestigious jobs, but you meet one of the most prestigious people, some of the most prestigious people there, and you tell us about it every day.
Because they need.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I recommend it to everybody, but if you get a chance to talk.
But I have a point.
You can also do that, like recommend it to everybody.
You can.
Let's get out the slums.
Yeah, because what I'm doing is for everybody, not just for me. If I make millions of this book, we all popped up.
But also remember that our aunts and our uncles come from which era?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They are not used to networking.
No, what I'm saying is it's fine, fair enough, which era they come from. But if you can now talk to that person, as in, because they tell you, we took a picture with this person.
Have you taught them how to network with this people?
They already know how to do it when they come back and tell us. But already, the thing is, no, what I'm saying is, if you as a person can actually see the potential in the people around you, you will be able, because I see the potential. Other people see the potential. People are outside see the potential. When a jungle Antoine, who's always around these people, yeah, but why not? And it's not even about networking. It's just to go to umfana wam ubhala amabhuku. Not even not even say that the name umfana wam ubhala amabhuku.
Isn't that networking though? Because
she must be able to say that because she knows. I tell them all the time, like even my book launch, my mother was there, but my book launch, my mom was always there for this stuff. But even though she doesn't know much, but she's always there. So, like, you know I write books. You read other people's books. You know who's in our book. Why not simply just say umfana wami ubhala amabhuku? That's all. You don't need to say what's book li. Just say me, because now instead of that, they'll be like, yeah, they'll be like, umfakela. Instead of saying,
already, yes.
So change. So
for me, this special character, it sounds like, without you saying, hey, here's some of his work. You could have a look and see what you guys can do. So they are thinking, instead of, let me talk to him and see what we can come up with.
Because
so it makes
the sense. One thing is once they get you to get that security job, let's say you earn around 3.5, like just basic salary. With that, they expect shit. Their family expects shit with their salary. They want everything. 3.5 bayawufuna baba. Loyo ukuthi mele kuphele kwi-gross noma yini but mele. So now with me who wants to make like 60k in 2 minutes, it's like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? That's like, no, I know I can make 60k in 2 minutes if you just give me this chance to fucking do this. So Leo is not looked at because like, long term, too much. But the 3.5, those are gonna every month will take care of all of us. But the thing is now that's the thing. How am I gonna take care of myself? I'm gonna be there job depressed. I'm gonna be there not liking my job because I have to take that money and feed other people.
Ish.
And the thing is, it's black tax. It's good. You have to go back and feed your home. My dad always told me that like you have to take care of your family. Don't ever listen to people. But the thing is, if it's something that you can't now take care of yourself, you worked hard now. In fact, we're schooling. Studied for 3 years with nobody there.
Black tax. That's where my question is. How is it good?
No, I'm not saying it's good as in like fuck.
Like,
but I'm okay.
Is it good?
How do I put it? I will
wait for you to crumble.
We all come from different backgrounds.
True.
Yeah, and let's say, both your parents have passed away, right? And then Uputuako was the person that actually taught you, and not taught you, but was the person that paid for your school fees. And so for some reason, if
that's not black tax, that's debt.
No, I'm just saying. But yo, dog, if someone from your family was the one who was doing everything,
but I need us to differentiate it. Thing is, I'm against black tax. Me personally, as a like, I'm against it, and I will never implement it on my own children. So I will make them do duties. I will make them have goals, family orientated
Goals.
But it's not gonna be black tax.
I think maybe the black tax name is a bit of a problem, but I think people, let's say, okay, I mean, I'll make an example with my dad. My dad comes from Mpendle. Ubaba comes from a disadvantaged family. He was like, when I was in primary school, I used to walk and get nyao. Like I had no shoes, I had nothing. So schooling. And then when you got to high school, things got a bit better. And then you went to varsity, and then you got a job. So when he came back home, he was like, he has to change the situation for the others. He was the oldest one from that.
He was so basically trying to break generational curse.
And he did. Because now everybody went to school, everybody had a job, everybody's now self-sustaining. So if it's, I think it's black tax when you have to sustain everybody, but when you can make everybody else like self-sustaining, that's when.
Sorry, don't pause. Truthfully, sikole zakudala akekho umuntu oyegqoka icathulo bonke abazali bethu like
the story, bro.
Truthfully, icathulo zazingaqoka because I have that story. I'm sure Thomas has that story. So guys, truthfully, icathulo zazingavumelekile or what? I don't know.
Yo, Dad.
Noma sayibiza kakhulu.
No, it's never. Truthfully, sikole song esasama ngoba.
Yeah.
It's tough izinto yamanje.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible if you consider about the education system.
And you can see the pictures. Some of them were in
as well. I wouldn't. I'm not saying.
Everyone.
I'm not saying.
Every single one.
I'm
not
not
everybody.
Saying every single one. I'm saying it is very likely that a big chunk of it is people.
Can you listen tell them? Then why do they feel bad about it? Because truth is anything I've had.
but that's what I
Njengamatoughies manje. Like khona ingane ihamba ngoparapenams esikoleni.
Yeah.
So amatoughies manje is like, hey, uyadlala awugqoka igrasshopper. So it was standard for them.
Yeah, it was standard,
so
yeah.
why they cala?
Because they see you with feet now. They see you with the shoes now.
But for it, I'm going back to my thing. Black tax is a thing. No more is it in our heads.
Nah,
Can I quickly comment on what Sniper said when he says they were all walking with shoes, so why they can't? Remember how all of us now say, hey, mina ngizoyitshela ingane zami nge-COVID-19. Hey, yakhumbula wena, ongekho wena. Sasibalelwe endlini, kufuneka ama-permits. It was a norm to us. It was normal. It was the normal.
Yeah, for no
back
reason.
then. But just so that they can feel like I had it tough.
They had it tough, yeah.
So that they can feel bad for asking me.
The Ushurita Mazari just wants us to feel bad.
They do, but
asking for money.
yes, they do. Because
Dad, I love you, bro.
Right. But they want you to feel bad ukuthi ngihamba ngeenyawo. Now usazokwenza njalo kulaba bakho.
This is a message to my dad. Yo,
COVID.
Dad, I love you very much, man. You're a stand-up guy. And yeah, this is the new year, and I want to make sure that ngicela imali this year because ngicela ngendaba yenyawo zakho. Kodwa nje ngiyakuthanda, and you know you've been a good parent for the past 32 years, and you've tried your best. And I mean, no parent can do what you've done. No other parent. I think no parent could have raised me like my dad could have raised me. Honestly, I had 5 parties in a row in this man's house, and he still left me alone and went to Cape Town. Like, I could continue. That's a dad right there.
That's a dad.
Bouncing back into black tax. I just want to say, I think black tax, it becomes a black tax when it becomes an obligation.
Yes. So when people are entitled to your money.
So umthetho, ukubuyisa imali ekhaya is a sign of gratitude.
Yeah.
Yes.
And trying to help out at home.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be
An obligation.
It's not meant to be a burden, basically.
Ukuthi nawe kumele ungasabi nempilo yakho just because now you want to.
Yeah, so when it becomes a burden, then it becomes a black tax, and that's why a black tax, the term itself is bad. But
Yeah.
ukusiza ekhaya is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. Because now that's something like I think my home Mpendle would not be the home it is without my dad actually giving back and actually making it what it is right now.
Yeah, I just thought I should point out in case any listeners haven't pointed out.
Okay.
Noticed there are 3 ghosts, so don't freak out.
3 different voices.
Don't freak out. You're not going crazy. There are 3 different voices.
Multiple ghosts.
Okay. So right now the other ghost is talking. So I still have this thing, guys. Let's look at this. We are all working class. We are all working. Fortunately and also unfortunately, I was born into a family of hella working class people, which is why I have maybe this drive that I have. But anyways, so I use so many black tax buffets. Like I'm going back to the undervacation. I legit do not feel the black tax because it's not black tax for me. Like I'm sending money at home because I need to send that money at home. Not ukuthi ugogo comes in, not him comes in even more. So, it's not that, bro. But it's usually my mom would call, hey,
we need your help.
And
Phone let me say.
Sorry about that.
And they give push it that's where my black tax mind comes in because my normal brain shuts down. If mom says, Zach, I need 5,000 for petrol, use them send it to 5,000. Yeah, bro. And then in Babang and Datus, petrol. Yeah, bro. But I think that's where black tax for me changes.
Can you guys fix up Toby's mic, please? Please fix that up. So I think what Toby was saying is like when people start feeling entitled to your money, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes a big problem.
That's why I don't feel That's why I don't feel the knock of black tax, and I'm so against black tax and directed. Madam Wako that didn't help you with shit and he wants your money.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm against.
Man, guys, can I say something very controversial? Something. At the end of the day, dog, I go shoot dog. You don't really have to unless I'm a situation.
Yeah, I'm a situation.
Situation of fun. But in thing is, good black text. I'm so sorry to say this, guys, but if you guys worked enough, hard enough, naitola na ena limali. Nakwazi ukuba nama retirement plan, nakwazi ukuba nayo yonke into nazisenhlele ekhaya uthola noma uthenke asikho isidingo sokuthi ingane yakho isend imali back home. To be honest, the only reason why mina ngizozwe ngazathi kumele ngisend imali is because ngibona isimo sasekhaya.
Whether I do the shower the truth, man.
Fuck serious, dog. Like if you didn't work hard enough, don't expect your child to work hard. Fuck that.
So I think that's why we go back to a situation. And what was the situation? I think now for us, we've had all the opportunities that we've been given all the opportunity, right? Back in the day, let's be honest, our parents were not given that much.
Yes.
There are some parents that made it.
Exactly.
There are some parents that made it. Dude, let's be honest. Look, wait.
That's why
let's be honest.
I want to say something controversial.
Yeah, let's be about one thing. Ukuthi abantu ngebafana. Yabo lokho nje ukuthi yeah, nempilo ngeke zifane, guys. Because the thing is, situation le phume mhlambe ubaba ngeke ifane leyo munye. Ubaba, yes, he was. I think it's what I want to say. Pressure builds diamonds. Yabo lokho hard knock. Let's see, feel sometimes that's what you need. Some people didn't get that. Fine, fair enough. And then you have ukuthi umuntu just didn't get. You were not dealt ama cards are right, and then your child is the one that's dealt ama cards are right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying they're obligated now ukuthi ayenze leyo, but if you know that your dad worked hard, I would be a bit lazy na relaxing. He worked hard, but just that ama cards that were not dealt his way. Because some people are there, security guard, but you can't pay for the varsity money. But he can do his best to make sure good good. So no muntu, I'm just saying, dog, if you can find a way to change the situation as a guy, do that. And if you don't have to, don't do that. But the thing is, if you can be that person that makes everybody else now. Like for example, my dad, he made sure we are schooling. My aunt went to school, dad paid for it. My other aunt went to school, dad paid for it. So now they are self-sustaining because they know the shows I'm self-sustaining, and then everyone else has to be that the same. So for me, it's you have to look at who. That's what I'm saying. If people are obligated to your money, they are deserving. No. But if you can do something to actually grow the family, it's about the family growth. How can the family actually improve from being what it was?
So, if you don't mind me asking, helping to grow the family and helping out at home, does it necessarily have to be money specifically?
No, that's what I'm saying. But if you can help, that's what I'm saying. If umuntu was dealt the wrong cards, obviously I don't know. But you can actually have the effort to go to if you make the effort, you deserve something back a bit, dog. Because you to actually, for me, dog, my mom might not have a lot of money, but dog, she made sure that I had a sandwich every single day at school.
Yeah.
So for me, I owe her. For me, I owe her because I feel like, not because I owe her in general, but I feel like because the woman made sure I'm okay and I went to school and I had all these things, why not give her something back? I always think I'm obligated to that. It's my feeling. Like I said, if Uma says
it's your choice.
It's your choice. But if it becomes an obligation, that's when it's black tax and knife. It's like.
So basically, simply put, when Uksiza Ekai becomes black tax, that's the problem.
When it becomes an obligation, where man are entitled to your money.
So the term black tax itself is the problem.
So me usize ekhaya mfethu like makwazi ukusiza ekhaya makwazi ukusiza ekhaya. I don't really work that much, but when I have that kind of cash, or let's say I have like an extra $50, don't guys amasa 20 rand listoro lapha lente bantu milk shop. Yeah, so I go there, buy a masi, and I put them in the fridge. Dog, I don't have to buy a lot of stuff. I just have to buy that because I know that's what I have. I'm not gonna now go crazy because I don't have that much money. Don't ever drive yourself crazy just because abanye abantu bathini. Nah, dog. That's what I'm saying. Don't let people be obligated to your work or umsebenzi wakho imali yakho. Oh, yes, fine, fair enough. Ngisho ukuthi mina siyawumina my brother, dog. If he wants something, I'm gonna get it for him. That man has done the job. If my brother wants something, that nigga's gonna get it. Yeah, well, because I feel like he needs to live long, so I know that's the problem. So I think we should also, the black tax thing, when it comes to tax, it's a problem. But family, always take care of family, guys. That's my advice. Take care of your family, because when everything is finished, abantu onabo umndeni wabo, because yonke into esemhlabeni ngaveli phela. Sesibonile abantu beba nemali. Khona umuntu beshaya ingqathu ngevorce nasekhaya mina. Ingqathu ngevorce.
Sorry, man. Shit, I just screamed out of proportion.
Hey, brother. Khona ibraza eshaya ingqathu ngevorce nasekhaya.
You guys will be able to put this on the screen, right? Because people need to understand is a lot of voice and a lot of money.
Actually, Vosta 150.
Vosta
150 is hardly a meter, bro.
Guys, me and Uma Pebeza, we go buy groceries ourselves. We're not that rich yet, so we still buy the groceries ourselves. If wasn't ngangeng ngathi,
If was laying
2 months.
So ibraza was like, like back in the day, it was like one of the first people that actually got le mali. So they pay out. It wasn't rough at the time. Back in the day, it was like insurance paid out, so your parents died, something like that.
Something weird happened.
Yeah, and then he got his money. That nigga, let's say he's walking, and then I'm going to go get the same jeans, let's say Levi's jeans as him. Takes them off, tears them, and goes buys new ones. 2 pairs, food. 2 pairs. No, that's for him, because you can't wear the same jeans as him. If you are wearing Levi's 501 like he is, he's gonna go buy 507 or 705, whatever the other one is. But he must have better one than you. You cannot be the same one as him.
But that's speaking of. Sorry to just sidetrack us with this conversation, but I think that also does highlight a big issue in our communities. The moment we come into money, we don't discipline ourselves to understand how to
manage the money. Yeah,
we wanna be seen with kunemali, but we don't wanna use it in a way that will create more money. Because we
spend.
We hustle all this time singing money, trying to get to a point whereby assiding as much, and then you come into this money, because there's countless stories of people who come into this money by it, and then they go back to square one. So it's like, bruh, how are you a millionaire and then not a millionaire in less than a year?
Where prior ama-president awu-2 uyena benomngani wakhe wonke umuntu unenyama yakhe nanganawo unenyama yakhe ngeke umphazame ama-president awu-2 inyama this side inyama on. That's how you lose $1 million.
Already in a charcoal.
Yeah, but
each thing maybe in a charcoal.
Yeah.
Maybe in a firelight.
Maybe in a firelight or maybe. Yeah. So that's how these niggas waste money. So I think that you're right, bro. I think we have a real problem with money management and how to manage our finances, especially in my location.
We wanna be seen with money.
Manje wangena abakaze beyidla yakho umuntu mamazi wasosokwazi imali. Hayi mina ngiyama ugrepha akasekho useshonile vele.
Hayi ngasekhaya.
Nakinga mina gonna kill me. He's dead.
Hayi ngasekhaya, but here.
Yeah.
While I was in university, there was a guy who got a payout. He's dead now too. Shame. Yeah. You know, he was getting too abusive with people, treating people ngendlela embi just because I've got money. He would harass amantombazane and then people would be like, no, don't touch our girls or don't touch our sisters. Ngicela uyiphathe kahle. Ngayiphathe kahle. Waya lapha endaweni ekuthiwa ise-Oripi village. And then he mistreated ladies there and he was stabbed to death.
Oh shit.
Why? Because he would say, mina nginisupply ngotshwala nokudla nayo yonke into, so why are you fighting me? If I want to touch any girl, I can touch any girl.
Yeah, but that's the problem.
They think that they have money to work or walk their way out of situations.
Kanti imali I figure phela kwini.
True. So he passed on.
Yeah, what's up?
Buffett, yabo lokuthi he thought he could walk through people. No, he can walk through people. If you have money, people are your bitches, dog.
But then he got stabbed at the end.
Yes.
Because no matter how much money
enough money.
It wasn't enough.
Oh.
To be completely honest, dog, if you have 100K right now and you go into any club, the most rich club, they will treat you like a king. Dog.
Yeah.
100K. Yeah. But there's people that have more than you there.
No,
I don't think if you had 100, maybe that would be an example.
Ratchet club.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and Sisapi.
Yes.
Yo,
bro. Yo.
But shame imali yazi yabenza abantu becabanga ukuthi bona banamandla, they can get through anything.
No, it's what we also allow. I think
as community,
society like society will let you get away with murder if your checkbook is big enough. Honestly, guys, we let people get away with a lot of things just because they have money. Abantu abaningi celebrities, and I'm not gonna accuse any celebrities of anything right now, but we let people go because of their status.
Yeah, bro.
Like, people can do the most horrendous things. Like, I'll say one celebrity. I'm not going to say their name.
Yes, please.
But, Loyana, Agaseko...
Wait, was it Diddy?
Nah, bruh. But he did some Diddy shit. Bruh. Look, Agaseko Mtlabeni. Ula. Wala Agaseko. But that video that I saw...
You summarized it.
Shut up. There's a lot of people that died. The celebrities die every fucking day here. You know, so like this person, that video that I saw, it was him with white guys. He was sucking dick, basically. And everyone's like, no, it can't be him. And I'm like, but
It is.
it looks like him.
It is.
It's him.
It is probably him.
That was some titty shit. Ah, gay. How?
Mina angisathuki mina.
I respect the dead.
Mina angisathuki mina.
I respect the dead, bro.
How do you respect it? You just said the nigga wa play bad again, so fuck him, he's dead, man.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, so he sucked dick.
the nigga with the Boston guards.
No, not that one. Oh, Loyo. Oh, that guy used to, bro. That guy was the shit, bro. That guy used to do some other shit. But yeah, lower end of it, that guy, the celebrity I'm telling you about, it's like, the thing is, when we see people and we put them on a pedestal, when we put them in that space, which Halomut cannot do wrong. Can't he?
Not that they cannot do wrong.
No, you put
But
them
even
there,
if
guys.
they do wrong because they've got money, we can't say anything.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, you see these people all the fucking time, bro. Just because they are light skinned and they're celebrities.
It's yellow bonus.
This yellow bonus is gonna. But you as a nigga, black nigga. Baba, you are done. You're going in there. You're going into the jail. But yeah, guys, let's start the podcast now. Yeah, starting the podcast now. Yeah. Donald Trump. What? You guys are fucking laughing. Donald Trump, guys. Hey. That guy wants to wage a war with us now already. He says we're treating white people badly. What do you guys think about that?
Donald fucking Trump.
What do you guys think of that? We're treating white farmers badly, or white farmers?
Ganjani.
Because apparently now, because of this thing of white farm murders, like what the farm murders, which are like 1 in 5. I don't even know how many farm murders there are, but like there's barely any. When niggas die every day in the hood, you know, but we're not gonna take that. Like we're not gonna raise that up. But like, Trump says that because of the land expropriation bill that was signed recently by Ramaphosa, which there will be land expropriated without compensation. Trump feels like this is a target to all white farmers. So your Orania Parks, your what you call Centurion with all the Boers there. Yeah, so they feel like they're now being threatened by the government with the land. Yeah, and I'm like, yo, dog. When is white people? When did the government ever bother white people? They want to bother like Amakosi and shit like that. Like the Ingonyama Trust is the one who's gonna be having a problem. Like white people are not gonna have a problem. So like, why are you calling Trump, bro? What do you think about that?
Kunzima. I do not think that we are abusing white people. They are abusing us. People.
Hello, ghost person is back. I would like to say one thing. In as much as yes, we all as South Africans know that whatever Trump texted on Twitter, I'm not sure how fast people are on Twitter. I'm on Twitter every day, though. So yeah, well, when he tweeted that, I was like, that's the information we touch happy because you know how
He doesn't stay in South Africa.
because you know how our information was outdated not a few years ago. We were 2 years backwards technology.
Yeah. We were like very behind. Even music, we were very behind.
We were very behind.
Yeah.
Luckily, technology brought us up to speed.
Yeah,
Same with Trump. Trump, ama-feed akhe asemzansi are 2 years back or something.
They're showing him farm murders when there was shit like COVID and shit like that.
Umaski, he was being gaslighted by abelungu Twitter in real time. Yeah, niqonisile vele bastreetha kabi. And then black people would be like, how are we treating them bad? Look at children playing. Children are playing.
They are dancing to amapiano.
The spaces of Amandia and then abantu abamnyama. So what exactly are you trying to tell us? Yeah, well, they wanted to make a certain image, but unfortunately, technologically, we are there.
With the social media videos.
So to all you delusional white people that think that you are being very badly or we are, you're being badly mistreated or you're being treated very badly. Yo, dog, Trump has like asylum and shit for you guys. Like it's okay. You're like, before you wanted to go to Australia and you didn't go because you know there's like animals that'll bite you there. But now, you know, in the USA, all they have is drug dealers and drug addicts. So you're going to be fine.
Solution ilula la. Abayikhulumela ogonqa. Izoyilungisa lento le angithi uTrump uthi sebahluka. Abayikhulumele basho.
But I feel for them, the Boers feel like they are being abused, right?
Bro, I'm so sorry, but last time I heard ukuthi kunabantu abahlupha belu, they got shot.
Yeah, bro.
So like,
why would you want to bother those guys? They shoot you, bro.
They gonna kill you.
Bro, they got guns and they're trained. Like since they're 12, nigga was just like, here, Purki, hold the gun. Now shoot them. Shoot them. Skit them. Skit them, bro. And he's like, what the fuck? No, like since they're 12, they hold guns. Those guys hold guns, like dog.
Yeah, they do.
You do since 12.
The podcast with BlackPage does not always agree with the views.
No, we have a disclaimer in the beginning. That's what the disclaimer is for. I can fuck up and the podcast won't get shit. Because you motherfuckers are fucking up even worse than I am. Why would you call it a reality show star? Trump is a reality show star, okay? Like he's famous for The Apprentice. And this is a guy that you want to solve your problem.
No, I knew him from wrestling, not The Apprentice. So, you know.
He was in wrestling.
WWE.
At least WWE is not fake, eh?
At least WWE is not fake. Whoever said it's fake, it's a scam and they're hoaxes. You know what I mean? It's all just like fake news, bro. Wrestling is real, dog.
It's really, really real.
Yeah, like you guys saw John Cena, ne?
Wait.
I heard the name.
I know the name.
I haven't seen the face.
I know he wins matches and stuff in wrestling.
Okay, fuck you guys. Trump. So, but guys, who Trump has now his biggest cheerleader? Our own exports.
Elon.
Yeah, our own exports, guys.
I'm mad at Elon, dog.
Dog, I'm mad at that guy. I think Elon was one of those guys that were put it at school here in South Africa, and then they just felt like...
No. You know who Elon is, even on social media. Why do these things surprise you?
No, not surprised.
No. I mean, I'm
Why
not
would you be
surprised.
disappointed at something
Listen to this. If logic tells you, water is clear, right? He is saying water is green.
Yeah, he does that.
He's been doing that.
Yeah.
But now, here's my thing. In as much as, yes, he owns almost half the world right now. Yeah, well, nigga, into encane, like, yes wakhe would have made a big difference. Yes wakhe, pay. No money, just yes wakhe. I think we are in the ruins right now. Like, as Umzansi, as a people, it's fucked. Because we do not know, we cannot predict the future. How our currency is fluctuating, all these things that are happening in front of our eyes that are affecting the economy. Elon does not give a 1, 2, and or 3 about SA.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
So ichili ya Trump mina ngibeke eceleni ayihlangene lana mfethu. Cause that guy, he knows he has corn on his website, on his company, and he lets it run. But his friend says no corn.
How?
Sorry? Kanjani?
It's like a nigga on the dark side saying, if y'all guys need lights, call my friend, he's on the light side. And then the other guy's like, you need darkness? Call my... It's one thing.
The fucking Star Wars will just come out of...
It's just one thing.
Nobody is fixing the problem. They're just making more solutions without fixing the problem.
Make the problem, then make the solution.
Yeah.
Is what they're trying to do.
Oh, no. They solve the problem slowly if they do ever solve the problem.
With another problem.
Look at our roads.
Look
at how slowly
or make
got
the
us.
problem
Look where
less
slowly
problem.
has gotten us.
Roads.
I mean,
why would he create electric cars if our roads are like this? He's never been for South Africa. He's never been.
Okay, guys, Elon. Okay. This is not an Elon podcast.
The
Fuck
podcast
Elon.
BlackPage does not agree with the ghosts and their views.
Yeah, especially the ghosts.
Especially the host. Fuck Elon.
Apologies.
No, but guys, honestly, I think as a country, fighting against this kind of dishonesty is one of the things that we need to do. Because at the end of the day, I think I read up in the stats, like, white people enjoy like 7% of unemployment, while we're saying like 36.
7.
Yeah, 7% of them are available, like, bancane.
But still.
But still.
Nakhona, I'm a housewife.
Yeah. So,
Not because they're unemployed.
yeah, we have the wealth gap. I mean, the wealth gap is just obvious. A lot of people will be like, khona abantu abamnyama baneyigubhu man, yes. Siyazama nathi. Sizama ngeyigubhu zethu. Nakodwa manje, like, honestly, like, people who have
people who
intergenerational
earn
wealth.
an honest living.
No, not even honest living. Because when honest living, honest living. When it comes to generational wealth, where you are spending your grandfather's money instead of your granddad's money or your dad's money. Like, you're spending granddad's money. That's how much money you got right now. Because granddad made so much money. You don't gotta spend dad's money. Dad just has to work.
That's money you spend in muscle now 50 ways.
Yeah, when the child is here, now you're gonna be spending dad's money. Yeah, well, so that's intergenerational wealth. And I think a lot of people will be like, but no, that's actually a head start. Okay. You're getting an honest head start. That means if someone has to dig, if we all have to dig 6 feet deep to get a grave, for me to get a good grave, I have to dig 12 feet. Because I didn't have what you had. Yeah, well, I might have had it, but some other guy who was not even, my brother didn't have it. I had it, my brother didn't have it. That's how it is in a black family, where you might have been from a father who was well off, and then Uputwako isn't. What do you do there? You're like, my brother. No, he's my brother. I love him. I've got to take care of him. I've got to make sure that whatever I get from this side takes care of him from this side. So we come from these very complicated families where you can't just say, it's all good, it's all fine. Yeah, guys.
That brings me to something. So that brings me to something. That conversation, this conversation that you're having, fortunately, I've had with Uma Beloza, but on a different, I was on some, I would feel the pain if I bought my child, let's say my child is 8, I guess 8 is a good number. My child is 8, ngimthengele uniform, ngimthengele 5 of each, 5 shirts, 5 shorts, 5 longs, 5 socks, 5. Yeah. And then only to realize, mase ngimbona later on, into anifike ithi, hey, Dad, dude, I had such a good day today. Oh, and ngimbonile. Usithe ubefaka iskipper Samsung on Friday. And then you are confused. You're like, iskipper Samsung on Friday? What do you mean? Oh no, I named each of my T's for each day I go into school. And my mom told me, from Wednesday onwards, I need to give my brothers. That's your
That are not his children.
Those are not your kids.
Yeah.
Topic, let's go.
So
if I go back to the mother and I'm like, so am I wrong? The only thing I said is musumdagel. Agaga retaliate, agaga elaborate. Am I wrong, Lab? Because each chain is about to start.
Elaborate.
No, umbuzo, am I wrong?
Yeah, but you are wrong because I elaborate.
No, let's not elaborate.
Because I don't know why you're saying that.
You know what, guys? For me, with this one, right or wrong is not a really definitive answer. Because there's a lot of dynamics here. Yeah, well,
He just said that. How would you know?
Wait. Like I said, with me, right, my brother. Like, my brother, it's an obligation for me because I'm big. Like, I'm his big brother. He's my little brother. And for me, I've always felt like everything is among me, is where again. Yeah, well, it wasn't my mom who would say that. It would be me. It would be me who would be like, okay, you know what? It's not a skipper. Let's manage. Dude, take this t-shirt. you wear it now, it's yours. But I also understand where umuntu comes from a place where you try to take care of your child, and the other party, maybe the other father, is not taking care of their child. And now your child, and then your child is the one being now.
Good divide kuyona lengane.
Khona azincishe kona. Yeah, because now yena kumele
asize nabafowabo nodadewabo.
But that's the thing with me it was my choice. My mother would never be like Thembelani ngubaba kusekuthengele lento le nika usiyanda lento le. For me as the big brother, I knew that I was automatically dad number 2. As the big brother, you automatically know because you are dad number 2. It doesn't matter what happens, you are the ones. If dad is not here, responsibility is yours. So for me, it was automatic. But now for someone else, let's say my brother, I would not expect my brother to be like, oh, Mkhize, because I got something new, I'm going to give this to you. He's my little brother. For me, it's not been like that. But now, if he feels like it, he'll do it. Like this jacket over here, it's his. He's like, no, let me just give it to them. That's the relationship that we've built together. But, you just act fun. So, abanye who are being taxed, and some people are doing it because of their own volition. For my siblings. But now if it's something that I don't like doing, and then it's being forced upon me, that's when Uzake's thing comes in now. Every effort, why don't you also, tell the other dad he's also got to step up? Because as a dad, that's the thing, we sacrifice a lot just to have our kids,
Okay, but when did you start having that mentality? At what age?
But probably was about in high school.
He said 8 years old. So that child doesn't know that I've got a younger brother. They don't even understand who these kids are.
Yeah.
Like they don't know what's are they my brothers or sisters? Because mama kachazi.
No, but I think
Thula.
No, but I think also with the family dynamics with my family, it's always been where umuntu omdala, like even if it's a cousin, umuntu omdala masizimshiyile, they will give to the younger one. So
in this case, as
that's the thing. That's the problem. Now, if it's something inchasha and I'm buying it for my son, why can't my son enjoy that? Because I bought that for him.
But also, it also goes back to the mom. What are the values that the mom taught these kids? Did they teach them to share?
Exactly.
If not,
no, but the thing is, it's also, that's what I'm saying, with my brother, he was already done with this jacket, right? He was like, okay, I'm done with this jacket, I don't want to wear it. I actually miss cookie, but he was like, I don't like it anymore. Let me give it to my brother. That's fine. That's fair enough. What Zake is saying is like, yo, I buy a new jacket. I give it to my son. And someone takes it from my son and gives it to the next person. And I'm like, yo, dog, I bought that for this nigga.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, that's where you now want to find out what's gonna.
I think it's more of, can you take this into a Play-Doh situation? You play dough. You know Play-Doh, right?
Yeah.
So my son has I can say.
Yeah.
My child has i-Play-Doh yokuthi ekhandini. But ngeke sawazi ukukhanda indlu, usezokhanda a smaller structure because sekumele ehlephule enike lo. Kanti lo akathengelwa ngani i-Play-Doh naye. I guess ngiyibona izinto zokugqoka is simple.
Yeah.
But like usulimite ingane yami even with like shit usulimite ingane yami ngeke sakwazi ukwenza indlu ngoba bithanda because he doesn't have enough Play-Doh now.
So just this conversation does raise an interesting question, Yoguti. If you stepfather a child, to what extent do you need to treat the child as your own, and at what point warrants you to see that child as your own and to treat it as your own? And even in turn, like your children now, they might see each other as brothers, very, because bakulanda respect, but when as time at the end of the day, you're
No, it's true, and you must always keep that in your mind because they also keep that in their mind as well.
Yeah.
I think personally, I've watched a situation like that, and I think it's a gradual kind of growth into it. Like, you don't just become a stepfather, or genuine stepfather. Like, if you quest a stepfather because you fucked a girl, no, you fucked a girl, but you didn't get a stepfather. There's a process of that, right? Like, you have to build trust. Like, you build trust between you and that kid, and know, Uguti, they will always choose their parents over you. That you must accept. It's like all this thing about love, whatever. Always keep this kind of Uguti. This person will choose their parent over you. So don't overstep your place now. Yes, play a role. Don't overstep.
What is overstepping? It's Toba's question, I think.
Yeah. Don't provide what you can't. Don't provide too much. That's what I'm saying. About this varsity. If you can't do that, my bro, and don't do that because ufuna ukimpress. No, do that out of the goodness of your heart. If you can't do that, nigga, don't do that.
Ungayenzi 150 okugcina.
Ungayenzi ukugcina leyo nto leyo.
Ungawenza mhlawumbe ngathi uno 300 and
Uma uthi unayo nje. Yeah.
Ungayenzi 150 okugcina.
Yeah, well, if it's something that's out of the goodness of your heart and because you feel like this person you're investing in their future, right? Because they're your child. We're investing in a future of a person who's going to be. You won't expect anything from them back. That's the thing. Like you've got to invest with the thing of I'm expecting anything back. This person's gonna go live, and I want them to just go live. Because now, if you're gonna expect something back, my bro, it's a buyu baba, and then what you gonna do?
I definitely think this is very interesting to talk about because, like, nowadays, more and more often you're finding a girl with a child, man.
So you gotta know
especially in this country.
Yeah. If you're gonna plan to be a stepfather, you gotta know where you gotta.
Like you could be in a relationship with your current girl. So 2 years later, I'd say, oh yeah, and by the way,
I have a kid.
Hey, but yeah, no, thanks guys. You guys answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah. So Vega, any last words? I mean, not for you dying, but like any words close off to close off the show.
To close off everything.
Maybe anything you want to say to the youth, anything you want to say to abantu abadala, anything you want to say to abantu abasebenzayo as a working person, maybe, keep your shit together.
Yeah, to the working class, we must make sure we have retirement funds and investments in place for our kids to be okay. Because, you can I'm a mom, I've got other kids, and this is the father. Should I happen to pass away, all of them will be covered by me because they are under me. But him, agazas. So he wouldn't necessarily have to have a retirement plan or an investment account open for them to be taken care of. But with me, I know it's bonke bazohlukaniseka ngokulingana. So in njalo nje, and your family.
It's important for both, like mother and father, because us niggas, we die first without anything, so I think for both people need to like really think about investing in the future.
I'm an investment plan and I'm a retirement funds, or retirement plans in just so that your family will be well taken care of once you're gone. And do not expect people to take care of themselves. Like, don't have this mentality, when I'm gone, I'm gone. I won't feel anything worse. Have a plan for your funeral.
There's always someone left behind.
Yes. So you don't want people to be crying because you are gone and cry as well because they don't have money to bury you.
Now you left to do the debts and
how
then
am I? 2 times. Because
most of us vele abantu abamnyama guys shiyikwele daya amawili angazi ngempela sina inkinga.
It's so sad.
Kumele sibe sibheke asasingashiyikwe simele sishiya amawili ingane zethu.
Wills, oh my god. They are very important so that you know where you stand. You cannot just have your grandfather passing on. You are confused whether they want their cows to be taken by the elder or they want them divided into. My father has cows. He doesn't have a will.
Yeah, you see, so at least there's something to leave behind though.
So we don't know what he's going to want when he's gone. We always talk about this with my sisters and be like, hey, what do you think is going to happen And they say there's going to be a huge fight.
It might be because the
They
world-
predict a fight. We're not saying there's going to be a huge fight. We're just predicting there might be.
It's not scheduled.
Yeah, there might be. But all we know is that all us
There's
ladies,
an angel out there.
we won't be part of it.
Tell her to walk in.
There's
Tell her to
Angel
walk in.
M. She just walked into the studio.
How are you from Because I see an angel. Oh.
One of the worst pickup lines I've ever heard.
Hey.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Hello. She's just come back from work.
No, she can be on the mic.
She's very tired.
More ghost.
At the
That's
moment.
why I got my ghost.
You doing, guys?
So, Pilunjan,
How good are you, Angel?
we were talking about so many topics, and amongst those topics, I think one that you can relate to is,
Yeah.
let's say you are a mom, you've got a child, and then in your life, once you've moved on, you get a new partner and you
we
get
close
more
this.
children.
Yeah.
And then your partner, your male partner now feels obligated. Should they feel obligated to now when they get into a ShopRite and they're buying a toy, buy for your first child and the other children, or should they just buy for your first child and then we are dividing? And when they see you dividing the toys, should they be jealous? Why is she dividing my child's toys?
Okay. Ish, yo, yeah,
Enzi.
Yeah, saying that.
Yeah, no, we don't want
It is.
What's happening, guys?
Which one, Angel?
Hi, how are you doing? So, by the way, about this thing I'm having
question.
There's a lot. Okay, let's ditch that one.
No. We're ditching it.
And now I've heard it. Now I want to say something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel okay in a relationship. I can say especially once it gets to marriage,
Yeah.
it's like one more.
Let's say you are dating.
Yeah,
Say you're
yeah.
dating.
Yeah.
But if we are now together in this, we're sharing everything. My kids, I guess, are your kids as well now. So it's I would expect that they are treated the same. But at the same time, unayo ubaba wakhe nje lona. So I would phela manje sekumele wenze yonke into for ingane.
But maybe the simplest things.
Yeah, the simple things.
Like must ama lays like her, no must tenga in.
Obviously, a bag of Lay's is not
Let's
even
all
that
get a bloody
expensive.
toy.
Angabe sezizwe manje sebandlulelekile ke yena.
Just because of a bag of Lay's. No.
It can be traumatic at a later stage in life.
It's a namda.
It's just maybe the way that I behave with people, I shy away because I don't feel like I'm equal to other people. I think that my chips there go 2003. You know?
subconsciously.
So,
Yeah, so I think it's not even about our egos anymore. Let's think about the kids.
Oh my word. So yeah, like that's so true.
Yeah, our egos are something big. Yeah, very so like but now it's like, yo, dog, can your kids live in peace? Like,
Which goes back to me wanting to add to also this thing of me saying that let's plan for our funerals, let's have retirement plans, and let's have investments put in place for us and our families not to go through so much when we pass on. Let's change the narrative towards how we treat our kids. Let us not make it about ourselves, but them. Because we know how much of traumatic events that are now reliving in our brains as we are old. Just because I experienced think about how it has damaged you and worked with you.
imagine what it do to the kid.
Oh my God.
So yeah, guys, apart from our egos, but like if you're in a relationship with someone and they have kids,
think about the traumas that you might be creating.
Because I think at some point, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've had my relationship with people with kids, and at some point I didn't even ask about their kids by righty, because sometimes they just ask if the kid's okay. I mean, like it's not even much. Like, oh, how's your daughter? How's your son? You know, but it's like, no, we don't even do that because we're like, nah, I just want the mother and that's all. But the thing is, yeah, guys, we are very insensitive and we forget that Uti. They
will remember.
They will remember.
They'll hate you forever.
They'll be like, oh, here's that stepfather that came through and then never came back. Just never came back. And I like this guy. Lily time la bed, lily time. Akwazi one
And
day,
kids
akubamba inkunzi.
have attachment issues so much. Kids will like an uncle.
Because imagine that kid from Inanda, 24 years old, he was already a gangster.
Hey, bro.
Like there was a guy, one
Hi, but it was his funeral over the weekend.
Lost Inanda.
I forgot his name.
I think it's
The Umkonazi was the.
kind of Zungu. I forgot his surname.
I forgot his name. I wanted to know.
Yeah, he was a very like
Famous gang leader.
gangster.
Ube
And
leader
right now,
gang.
like the one thing that we were actually talking about earlier was that umfana 24.
24.
Yeah, like 2001 lo muntu lo 2001
24.
after the millennium. Cabang. So lo muntu lona lo muntu lo his aunt was saying that thina ngesowazi amagalelo akhe and what he has done for the family and the community through
A crime.
But now what I'm saying is there are two truths to every story, right? There is a fact that he was robbing people or whatever he was doing, but allegedly whatever. I'm not gonna say I knew, but he was robbing. He was doing whatever he was doing, killing, whatever.
Apparently, he was
But-
being very abusive to community members. Almost hambela nje. Ubek provocation. Good comment section. I went through one of the posts that were posted on TikTok, and this one uncle said, "Hey, yabona mase sengidlula ngakule section yalo mfana ngangishaya umthandazo omncane ngithi nje Nkosi angifike ekhaya ngihambe ngisafe walking from work after being dropped up by a taxi ukuthi ehle nje stopini sakubo ashone kubo." They were terrorizing ngisho. Hayi ukuthi kumele uzuwenze.
So there's that.
Something.
There's that fact that people are being terrorized, and then there's the other fact that people in that neighborhood, in his neighborhood, were not being bothered because
Ubeba protect. Angeni lutho, angeni maki.
So there's a picture that they had ukuthi we are safe because of this guy, and there's people who are like, fuck, we're living hard because of this nigga.
Because of this guy.
And
So,
apparently it
at the-
was
at
a
the
very
end of the
quick
day-
funeral.
Yeah, ngkhona zothenje abayivale ngo9 manje ayikho into yakho. Abayivale ngo9.
Nomlindelo.
Yeah.
That too.
So that's the thing. There can be two truths. He might have been protective over his own crowd,
Family.
but the other people around the neighborhood feel like they were terrorized by him.
It's always like that, even with corruption.
It's
It's the grace. It's the Lord's grace when it's upon you.
Yeah.
But hey, it's corruption when it's from other people.
Yeah, because now when I got my license and I paid somebody to not do ilento, ishayindis, istiphile.
Kwakuyigrace
Kwakuyigrace
yankulunkulu.
yankulunkulu. Hayi manje abahlala laba bayakhona.
Corrupt.
But the problem we were forced to do that because the thing is when I did it honestly, like when I did like the right way, ukuthi ngenze license yami.
Yeah.
Kwakhona ama pothole, kwakhona ama steep hill angawazi qhamuke 2 steep hills. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be what a movie, bro. But now when it came to when I actually, did the exchange,
Yes.
akhona ne steep hill esodwa sahamba straight sabuya.
Ushuthi bangakhetha indlela vele
To make you suffer because bayazi ukuthi never vele. Awukhokhanga vele okadaka wena sokufaka la kule shandisi.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So okay, apart from everything, guys, Angel is a singer, a performer. She's also a very great like she's good on TikTok. She's been like
Oh, she's a TikTok.
Yeah, she's a very big TikToker.
She finds
And what's the name that you go under when Mama Makul?
Angel M.
Angel M. And so you can find her on what?
TikTok
TikTok.
and Instagram at Angel M_RSA.
Maybe they want to see you quickly. Just go into the camera.
Oh
so they
yeah,
can see
yeah.
you.
You know?
Gosh.
Because I've been checking out some of Angel's performances, like at weddings, at like events. There's like corporate events that I've seen. I think
Yeah.
you've been to corporate events as well.
So what? This is
So we have 5 minutes left now, and the
Okay.
5 minutes are yours, Angel.
Oh.
Literally, we're dedicating these last 5 minutes to you because we talk about all this shit. Now we talk about the creatives and
Yeah.
singers and stuff like that.
Okay.
This is your last 5 minutes. This is all yours.
Surprise, Angel.
tell us-
Like warning, like
So tell us
yeah.
a bit more about your career. Like, where did you start this stuff? Like, how did you start it? Where did you start it? When did you start it?
How?
Why did you start it?
All the questions.
Yeah, why, when, where, how?
How? I think it wasn't even like my decision to even start doing music. Like from very, very young, I know for a fact my mom would practice her because she was a singer herself and then went on to teaching and then started teaching kids how to sing and had choirs and stuff. So mangabe ezofundisa ingane ka practice thina endlini.
Yes.
Ukuthi yenzani kanje ngifuna ukuzwa ukuthi i-alt izosonda kanjani wena uyenza kanje, and then she'll carry that. But now I have the skill, that I've been learning.
So ngicela ukubuza
Yeah.
ghost. Waqala izilebreads, eh? No, she was just testing out the phone.
I was, yes.
Yeah, you adjust the tool.
Oh my God, with science project, look at me now. Oh man.
One of your aunt's best work.
Right? Well, thank you, mother. Thank you. But yeah, I started there, and then singing from school, church choirs, everything. It never left me. Went to uni to study something, but the music bug was always there. So found
What did you
gigs, UKZN.
What did you study?
BCom Economics and Marketing. Yeah. So
She's
Okay, yeah, the marketing part. Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you were to notice or maybe see her posts and etc., you can see where that marketing knowledge went.
Yeah, you can see. Well, the cousin was just
Danko.
there. The cousin. The family. You see family.
Femo is right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
So what inspires
that's
you
what I
to
studied.
to actually do this stuff? What inspires you to actually say, I want to wake up in the morning and I want to perform for people?
It like I said, it never left. Like it's always been in me. I think even when we as Black people, if you tell your parents you want to go study drama, you want to study music,
Yeah.
and then imali uzoyithola phi?
Ish.
Yabo. How ngizocula nje kuzohamba kuphela iy'tayela ziyashintsha uzoyithola phi imali.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let me do the studying thing. Kids go to school. People must go to school, okay? But yeah, it just was never for me. So I'd always do gigs here and there. Well, sometimes sing nomlenze manje ngoba ningahamba ngayogiga kumele ngabe ngiyafunda, So yeah, so ngaqhubeka nje. Ngacula until it became professional.
Oh, that's nice. So what advice would you give? Okay, apart from go back to school, what advice go to school?
It is important.
Yeah, it's important to go to school. But what advice would you give someone who's aspiring?
Back in school.
Yeah, get back in school, motherfucker. But what advice would you give someone who's an aspiring artist, who's trying to come up and actually do what you're doing right now?
Okay, I think first things first, let there be talent in Gosiam, please, because otherwise I feel you could be passionate, but now you're putting all your time and attention in something that is over futile. Yeah. Oh my God.
I know,
and it's so late.
It's fine.
Okay. How am
I?
I? Ngilifaka futhi angikho shona ukuthi ilona yini leli gama.
Akunankinga lifaka.
It's okay.
Yabo la abantu bethi yabo la emakhaya mawubuka and ngiyazi ngishilo ukuthi ngifuna isiZulu. Inkinga ukuthi angibuki kuze kufike iphakathi yesiZulu.
Okay.
Yeah. Qhubeka wena Angel.
Yebo. Yeah, let there be talents. But now, okay, talents, passion, blah, blah, blah. Research more than anything is research. That's important. So whatever, if you want to be a rapper, you need to research. You need to follow rappers. You need to, if you want to do live music like myself, you need to know what kind of music plays at which places, restaurants, if it's a wedding. So it's all research. And then if you want to get into the recording space, that's also a gang research lab of foods. So knowledge is power. Yeah. So research, man.
Great. So what's the most embarrassing moment on stage? That's the last question.
I have. This one I can never get out of my mind. It was, I won some competition. At the time, it wasn't Umgungundlovu FM. It was Capital 104, right? Yeah. So then they had this event at the Botanical Gardens, and I am not a radio person. Me, I'm a movie series person. So now they're like, what's your favorite radio station, radio bunny show, segment? Yeah. You see that the English is losing me. Yeah. What's your favorite segment on the radio station? And I'm like, I flip. I'm thinking, if I say I don't listen to radio, and I was just like, the one that plays? Guys,
I'm sorry.
yazi ukuthi lethu. Yeah, boy, embarrassing. And I'm trying to be all cutesy about it, but I said what I said and it sucked.
The one
And
that
it's
plays.
stupid. And it's lucky it was a guy who I knew. I don't know if you guys know Ace. He was on radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was just like, oh, well, I guess she likes my show. And I was like,
Shout out to Ace.
Yo,
Shout out Ace,
Dog,
man.
Ace, dog, you're a nigga. You're a real one. You're a real
Yeah,
one.
that was most embarrassing. That's, you see, from there I was like, research.
Yeah.
Research.
Okay, thank you very much, Angel. And thank you for everyone for enjoying us for the past 123 minutes. We've actually made a movie this time. Yeah, we've actually made a movie, guys. And thank you for joining us. And if you are still here, wow, what the fuck are you still doing here, bro? When's that? Subscribe.
It's been
Yeah,
alright.
like
You're supposed to subscribe like 20 minutes ago.
like and subscribe. Yeah, like when's that?
I think the kids are saying touch grass, bro.
I think that's what the kids are saying. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, other
Thank you
people's
everybody for
ones.
joining us, and we will see you again. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you very soon again. I don't know. And the budget is crazy, yeah. This budget to do this stuff is crazy, but yeah, we'll be going to Joburg very soon on a trip, and yeah, we want to just keep you guys updated. We'll be having a nice road trip content there. Yeah. So
Vlogger-ke, man.
yeah, vlog.
Hey.
So yeah, TVK, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Yes.
Come back and say goodbye. Quickly before the camera blows up. Before Thomas' camera blows up.
Oh my God, what do I say?
It's just a goodbye.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Thank you for being around here.
Like, how'd you freeze like that?
I wasn't expecting ukuthi ngizobizwa.
The three on the spot.
Again.
Though, yeah.
Anyways, thank you to the podcast for having me, Lana.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first podcast.
First ever. You would never tell.
Yeah.
Ukuthi ngiyakhuluma bo.
Jalo. I ain't gonna stop it with John. You can't just stand.
Okay, guys. Sharp.
So yeah, bye guys. Thank you so much, and please ningakhohlwa bandla ukusupporta guys.
Like, subscribe.
Subscribe lapho, ulike lapho na.
Ku-free.
Bese uyashare.
Kumala.
Comment. Ungafaki
And
lutho, but
comment,
ufake dots,
please.
comment.
Comment on what you think about the topics that we had today, whether you disagree or agree.
Trump, parents. Konke.
These were all
Step parents, like some of you guys at home.
controversial topics. Yeah.
Guy, come on.
I don't know if you're a step parents, you don't even know you're step
People
parents.
are trying to subscribe you. How
No.
do we subscribe to them?
No.
Some niggas don't even know that they're step parents, but they are.
They're just stepping.
They're stepping, but they're stepping. But yeah.
Phantom step parents.
Yeah, they don't even know that they are. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Shut up, guys.
Oh, I mean, never seen that.
Thank you.